Have you ever wondered what the best and maybe even the worst foods that you can eat for your brain might be? If so, you're in the right place because I'm about to share all of that with you in a very easy to digest way. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Hi, it's Tony here from East West Healing Space. We're a collective of healers from many different traditions, and our goal is simple: to help you cultivate wellness in body, mind, emotions, and spirit. So let's take a look at the foods that you might be eating and discover which ones are helping your brain to stay young and vibrant, and which ones might be causing your brain to slow down and your memory to slip. Number one is sugar. Now, I know we all love sugar, at least I know I do. But the question is, where are we getting our sugar from? Obviously, the cakes, the cookies, the muffins, all of that stuff, it's obvious. But a lot of people love to drink soda, especially diet soda. We think it's better for us. But here's the weird bad news about diet soda. It actually stimulates you to eat more, and you actually will gain weight. Now, I know that sounds too weird, but you can Google it. And while I'm on the subject of sugar, anything that's sweetened with aspartame is a no, 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 no. Why? Because aspartame turns into formaldehyde in your body. And no, you don't want to pickle yourself while you're alive. We're trying to keep our brain alive. You don't want to pickle it. So what do you do when you get a snack attack and you want something sweet? Well, reach for some fruit, especially berries. Blackberries, blueberries, and strawberries are the gold, silver, and bronze medalists. They have so many health benefits. They're good for diabetics, anti-aging, they're high in fiber, you'll poop better, and all kinds of health benefits beyond that. As far as the drinks are concerned, there are so many fizzy waters out there today that give you that carbonated bite that a soda does, but they don't have any sugar and they don't have any sodium. Try one of those instead. Oh, and if you're a candy person, reach for the dark chocolate. The 70% cacao has way less sugar than milk chocolate, and it has a ton of health benefits. It's good for the brain, it's good for the heart, and believe it or not, it helps to reduce stress. Pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to number two, refined carbohydrates. What does that mean? Think white. White bread, cookies, cakes, muffins, most pasta, most bagels, croissants, anything that has a high glycemic index and a high glycemic load. What does that mean? Well, a high glycemic index means how much of that carbohydrate is going to turn into sugar in your body, and a high glycemic load means how fast is it going to get into your blood. If you're a diabetic, you probably already know about this. At least I hope you do. So what do you eat instead? You've heard it before a million times. Whole grains. Yes, whole grains have a lot of fiber, and fiber is going to slow down that process of the carbohydrates turning into sugar and how fast it's going to get into your bloodstream. So whole grains are much better. And these days, you're in luck. They make a lot of pasta these days out of things like quinoa, brown rice, even lentils, and it actually tastes good. Because let's face it, if it tasted like cardboard, you're not going to eat it. Neither would I. Number three, processed meats. What are processed meats? The stuff we all love, of course. Bacon, sausage, ham, salami, hot dogs, which are the most processed meat of all, plus the stuff you see in the deli department that's pre-sliced and in little packages like smoked turkey, things like that. All of these contain nitrates and or nitrites, and those will cause your liver to produce fats that are toxic to the brain. So if you like to eat meat, But eat the stuff that's been grass-fed and pasture-raised. Don't eat a cow that's been standing up to its armpits all day in poop. I know, cows don't have armpits. I know this, but you know what I mean. Moving on to number 4, fried foods, especially deep fried foods like French fries and tempura, but even things like chicken fried steak, whatever that is. I never figured it out. But I get it. These foods are yummy and addictive, and oh my God, especially if they're sugary. Wouldn't you have loved to have invented the donut? Think of it. Deep fried and sugary? Addictive. The problem, though, is that these foods cause inflammation in the body, which interferes with your brain's function and your memory. So for this one, you're just going to have to substitute something that isn't fried, like a baked potato, or how about yams? They're actually good all year round, not just Thanksgiving. And don't forget, they now make these air fryers, which means you can have that fried food taste without asking your food to get dunked into a sea of oil. Number 5, alcohol. This one's a little tricky. A glass of red wine in the evening with your meal, this is a good thing. It helps your brain. A few cocktails, not so good. Even beer is not so good because it contains nitrites, which have been associated with Alzheimer's disease. So the higher your alcohol consumption, the higher your risk for dementia at the very least. So this isn't really a black and white thing. It's not an absolute no. This is one you just have to think about. If you're using alcohol at the end of a very stressful day to calm down, try going for a run instead, or if running doesn't work for you, a speed walk will do. Anything that gets your blood circulating and moving more, that's going to elevate your mood and calm you down. And finally, we come to number 6, which is processed cheese. Things like American cheese, mozzarella sticks, cheese whiz. It comes out of a can and they're calling it cheese, okay? Even Laughing Cow and anything that calls itself a cheese food. All of these things help the body to build up those tau proteins in the brain, which are associated with Alzheimer's. If you must eat cheese, eat something that comes in a block or a wedge or a log, things like feta and blue cheese or goat's milk cheese or sheep's milk cheese or Swiss cheese. Swiss is the lowest in sodium, and goat and sheep cheeses are good alternatives for people who can't digest cow's milk. Okay, so there you have the 6 worst foods for your brain and what to eat instead. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and I will see you here next week.